Let's discuss the rules on divisibility. This is very useful when you're dealing with fractions, especially when simplifying. First, the divisibility of 2. You will know that a number is divisible by 2 if it is an even number. That means to say 2, 4, 6, 8. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. If a number ends with an even number, then it is divisible by 2. Say for instance, 1024, is it divisible by 2? Yes, because the ending number is an even number. Therefore, it is divisible by 2. How would you know if a number is divisible by 5? Simply if they are ending in 5 and 0. So, of course, if this is 1005, then therefore it is divisible by 5 because those things are very easy. But what if you are dealing with the divisibility of 3? Of course, you know that 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, so on and so forth until 30. But what if you're given a big number? Let us say, for example, 1,200, okay, uh, just three for something else. Uh, okay, let us just make it 10,000. Okay, 10,042. How will you know if this is divisible by 3? Okay, you will know that if you're going to add all the digits. So that's going to be 1 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4 plus 2. Okay, 1 plus 0 is 1, 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 4 is 7, 7 plus 2 is 9. Okay, is 9 divisible by 3? Yes, because you memorize the multiples of 3. Okay? Next example, 7, 2, 0, 3. Okay? 7 plus 2 plus 0 plus 3. 7 plus 2, 9. 9 plus 0 is 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. Therefore, it is divisible by 3. What if 2, let us make something that is not divisible. 2501. 2 plus 5, 7. 7 plus 0 is 7. 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 is not divisible by 3. Therefore, 2501 is not divisible by 3. Now, let us discuss the divisibility rules of 7. So, for 7, you have to figure out the last digit. The last digit is 1, and you have to multiply it by 2. Why 2? No reason. It's just a constant. Maybe there is a reason, but not so important to know. What you have to remember is you have to multiply the last digit by 2. So, 1 times 2 is 2. So, 2, and then you put a division here. Okay? And disregard this already. 240 minus 2 gives you 238. Okay? The next step, the last digit now is 8. Disregard this. 8 times 2 is 16. So, write 16 here. And disregard this already. 13 minus 6 is 7. This becomes 1. The ending number is 7. Is 7 divisible by 7? Of course it is. So, it is divisible by 7. Okay? Notice that in 7, let us try a smaller digit. Let's say, for example, 49. You know that this is divisible by 7. The last digit, multiply it by 2. That gives you 18. 4 minus 18, this will give you negative 14. Negative 14 is obviously divisible by 7. Negative 2. Multiply by 2. This is 8. Subtract it. This is still 7. Okay? So, that is how. Positive 8 and negative 1 gives you 7. So, it is divisible. That is how you determine. And what is the importance of knowing the divisibility rules? It is very important when you're trying to simplify fractions. Let's say, for example, 24 over 36. You want to know if this is still simplifiable, but you cannot think of the least common denominator. So what you're going to do is to use the decomposition method, which case you will do like that, like a reverse division. And you will think of 2, 3, 5, and 7. Why think of 2, 3, 5, and 7? Because these are the prime numbers. These are the smallest numbers where you can decompose the big numbers. So, applying the rules on divisibility that we learned, 24 and 36 are both even numbers. You can divide them by 2. So, 24 divided by 2 is 12. 36 divided by 2 is 18. Further, you can still divide them because both are still even numbers. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 18 divided by 2 is 9. Okay? It is not divisible by 2 anymore because 9 is not. 6 is. So what's the next question? 3. Are they both divisible by 3? Yes, because they are multiples of 3. So 6 divided by 3 is 2. 9 divided by 3 is 3. And then when you knew that, then the final answer is 2/3. So the simplest form of 24 over 36 is 2/3. But not only that, when you're being asked what is the LCD of 24 and 36, all you have to do is to multiply all these factors that you have determined. That gives you 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 3 is 12, 12 times 2 is 24, and 24 times 3 is 72. Okay? Therefore, the LCD of 24 and 36 is 72. Why? 24, 36. 36 plus 36, 72. 24, this becomes 48. And when you add another 24, you will get 72. So this is their least common denominator. Instead of the listing method, what I find very effective is to do the decomposition method. Okay? Say, for instance, you were given this situation, 49 over 2,401. So it is not divisible by 2 because both of them are not even numbers. Let us check if it is divisible by 3. 4 plus 9 is 13. Therefore, it is not divisible by 3. It is not divisible by 5 either because it doesn't end with 5 and 0. Both of them does not end in 5 and 0. Either of them doesn't end in 5 and 0. So does it mean to say that you will stop there? It is not divisible by 2, 3, 5, and therefore this is the simplest form? No. There is still one more question to ask, and that is the divisibility of 7. We've learned that 49 is divisible by 7, and from the computation I gave you a while ago, 2401 is also divisible by 7. So 49 divided by 7 is 7. Okay, 24 divided by 7, that's 3. Then you take 721, then carry 3, and 4, this is 28. So 221 divided 7, 3. So the final answer is 7 and 343. If you're gonna get the LCD, just multiply 7 times 7 and 7 times 343. That I will not anymore determine because that is a very huge number. So I hope you learned from the importance of divisibility rules and how do you apply them into fractions.